Hey everyone, welcome again on Davis Tag, and let's continue the journey of the WhatsApp clone. So in this video we are going to work on the login screen, and also we are going to work on the country page screen where you can select any country, and that particular country name and the country code will come here like we have in a WhatsApp. Also we are going to do the form validation, like if you click on a next and if you don't have any take a number here, then you will see the alert box. Also all the all kind of the form validation, like if the number is less than 10, all those things we are going to handle here. Okay, so please watch the video till the last and support me. Please subscribe the channel. My goal is to achieve the 3k subscriber, and share the video to your friend and like the video, and please comment on a video. So let's begin the journey. So let's start the coding, and I'm going to create a new page here. That will be a login page dot file, and it will be a stateful widget login page. And first thing we have to import the material.dart package. So let me import the material.dart package, and after importing the material.dart package, instead of the container I'm going to use the scaffold. And on the landing page, what we have to do, that we have to go on a landing page, and in the inkwell we have the agree and continue button. We have to navigate from this page to the login page. So navigator, always use the push remove until, and provide the new route. So with help of the material page route, and in the builder method we are going to provide the new page called login page. Okay, and after putting the semicolon, if I will hit the save, and if I will click here, then we will go on a login page. So let's work on the login page. In a scaffold, first thing we have to add the app bar. So let me work on app bar first, and we also have the action, but let me first work on the title. So title have the text call enter your phone number, and the center title should be true, and let me hit the save. So we got it, but as for the WhatsApp UI, the background color should be colors dot white, and let me hit the save. And we have to work on the style of the text, because now it's gone. The background color and the text color is the same, so we have to work on a text style, and the color will be colors dot teal. Let me hit the save. And also we have to work on the font weight as well. The font weight will be font weight 700, and the words spacing will be 1. Let me hit the save, and put the elevation to 0. And also we have to work on the font size. So let me give the font size to 18. Now it's perfect. Let me add the action. As of now, I'm adding the action as the icon only, but you have to work on the pop-up menu button. The pop-up menu button part I already covered, so please find the link of the pop-up menu button, that how you can add it. So I'm going to add the button icon that will look like a pop-up menu button. So the heart is added. Let me provide the color of it, colors dot black. So it will not act like a pop-up menu button. That part of code you have to add by own. You can find the link of that video, that how I added the pop-up menu button. So after doing that, Let's work on the body. So the body thing I have to work, and the body will be a container, and have the height of the container will be a media query dot of context dot size dot height. Also provide the width of the container. Okay, now the child of the container will be a column widget. So let's provide the children's of the column. The first children will be the text widget. The text widget will say that WhatsApp will send an SMS message to verify your number. Hit the save, and that text is added. Let's work on the styling of that text. So the style and put the text style will be font size 13.5, and let me hit the save. Okay, now after that there is another text. Just add the size box over here after this first text. Size box with the height of 5. There is another text called what's my number, and the styling we have to add. Let me just copy this thing. The style of this thing will be 12.8, and the color of the text will be colors.cyan 800. Okay, now that part is also added. So let me provide again a size box of 15 width, not here, just after the text widget. And let's work on the country button, where we will get the country name and the drop down button that will go on our next page. So let's work on it. So for that I'm going to create a new widget. That I'm going to create a new method that will return the widget, and you know that most of the time I return a container. So let's work on the container and put this country card widget just after this size box, and let's work on the country card. So as you know that we are going to work on a country card, so it is a container and we have to provide the width of this container. So let me provide the width of the container. The width we will going to achieve using the media query dot of context dot size dot width, and I'm going to use the 1.5. So that will be the width of the container, and also I'm going to provide the padding dot symmetric to give a vertical padding of 5. Okay, and you saw that in a country button we have an underline thing. That thing we will achieve using the box decoration of the container. So in a box decoration we have the border property, and I'm going to use the dot border property, and in the border we will going to use the bottom border, and for the bottom border I'm going to use the border side, and let me provide the color and width of the border. So the color of the border will be colors dot till, and the width of the border will be 1.8. So let me hit the save, and let's add the child of the container. So the child of the container will be the row, because we need two things. The first thing will be the name of the country, and the second thing will be the drop down button. I mean drop down arrow. So let's do that. So I'm going to use the child. I'm going to provide the children of the row. The first children will be the text widget, which have the name. As of now, I'm putting the static name called India, and second thing will be icon, and we have to use the icons dot arrow drop down, and provide the color of the icon as the colors dot till, and the size of the icon to 28. Let me hit the save and see what we will going to achieve. So you can see that we achieved that thing. Also, let me provide the style of this text style, and the font size will be 16. Not as great, and but this drop down arrow will be here and India will be in a center. Because of that, what I'm going to do, that I'm going to wrap this text widget with the container widget. Okay, and the center of the container will be the, so I will explain you that why I'm doing it. Like, see, I'm wrapping this thing with another widget called expanded. So I will explain you that why I'm using it. Expanded widget. So see, what I did with help of the expanded widget, I took the whole area, okay, the whole area, and I used the container. In the center of the container, I'm putting the name. That's why the whole area taken by the container, and in the center of the container, I put it the India as the text. So that's why I use this kind of widget layout. So we achieve this layout. Okay. Now to make a on tap thing, we need to wrap this method again on an inkwell. So let me wrap the inkwell, and in on tap we will going to navigate from this screen to the country page screen. So let me create a new file as well. So let me first add the on tab, and just in a new screen folder, let me create a new file that will be a country page.dart. So the country page will be a stateless widget, because where we don't have to do much thing. So I'm going to make the country page as a stateless widget, country page, and again it will have a scaffold, and the app bar. In the app bar, we had to add the title. The title will be a text again. Choose a country. But let me hit the save first and go on a login page. And from this country button, let's navigate to this screen. To country page screen. So if I will click here, then we will go on a country page. Again, the country page background will be colors dot white. So what I'm going to do, that I'm going to copy the app bar style like this, and I'm going to use it over here, and let me the save. and also I have to do the center title. So let me do the center title to true, and the elevation will be 0, and don't put it, or we can use the 600 as the okay. Now also we have to work on the leading parameter of this thing. That will be a ink icon, and the icons dot arrow back, and wrap this thing to the inkwell. So that arrow back widget will come here. Oh, and we have to choose the color to colors dot teal. Okay, great. Now let's work on the action of this page. Just update the title widget. Let me work on the action, and let me put the icon of this page called icons dot search. And also we have to put the color as well, because all are the white. So let me put the colors dot teal. Okay, now that's added. And so I'm going to wrap this thing on a icon button first, then only it will look good. Icon button, and in the icon I'm going to provide those thing, and the on place will be, now it's looking good. So let's work on the card of the all the country. Okay, but before that I'm going to create a country model, because we need the country data like flag, code and all. So let me create that, and let me create a class of the country model with have a 3 parameter. First name will be the name of the country, second thing will be the code of the country, and third thing will be the flag of the country. And I have to initialize the constructor as well with help of the this dot name, this dot code, this dot flag. And let's use this country model in our country page. So here what I'm going to do, that I'm going to create a list of the country model, and for the better purpose I'm going to convert to it a stateful widget. And here I'm going to create a list of the country model, list of the country model, and let me provide the list of the countries, and the name of it is countries. And you will find the list of the country model, I mean the data of the country model, in the description link I'm going to give. You will get it, because I'm not going to write this whole country data again. And oh, I have to copy it. So here is the list of the country model, and the name of the some country are repeated because I not made the database, but you can make it by own. So here is the link of the country flag. You just have to copy one of the link, and you just have to paste it over here in a flag. Okay, so this is the list of the country model. With help of that we are going to create the card of the countries. So let's work on that card. So for that I'm going to create a new method called widget country, or just a card, that will going to return a card. So let's work on it. And the card have the margin first. The value of the margin will be 0.15, and the child of this will be a container. So let's work on the container. Let me provide the height of the container to 60, and we have the padding parameter of the container. That thing also I'm going to add dot symmetric. Horizontal will have the 20 padding and vertical will have the 5 padding. Now let's work on the child of this container will be a row. In the row, the first children of the row will be the flag of the container. As you can see, okay, we have to use the first children, then text. So you can see that this is the string value, but it is already encoded. I copied the encoded code from here. Okay, so we can use the text widget for showing a flag, and here in the body of the app bar of the scaffold, we are going to use the list view dot builder. Okay, so let me use the list view dot builder, and the item builder will have the context and the index, and it will going to return a card with the countries dot index, which means it will going to send the country model data one by one. Okay, and we also have to provide the item count, and that item count we will going to get from the countries dot length. Now we are good to go, and let's work on this card. So the first thing is the country dot flag. Okay, and I'm going to hit the save, and let me see that how it will look like. Then you can see that all the flag are listed down here. And the second thing we will going to add is the name of the country. So for that, I'm going to add the size box first to provide some padding between the flag and the name. That will be have a 15. And the second text will be the country name. With help of the country dot name, we will going to achieve it, and I'm going to hit the save. Okay. And the last thing will be the country code. First, we have to add the text that have the country dot code, and let me hit the save. The country code is added here, but I had to wrap this thing with a container first, and I have to provide the container width as well, because I wanted to add this country code in the last of this row. So let me provide the width of this thing, and after that let me wrap it with the expanded widget. So you can have a multiple option to list it out, but I'm using this thing, and it will not going to work anything until you will wrap this thing with again a row widget and put the row widget main axis alignment to main axis alignment int. All our things are listed down here. Okay, you can do the styling here, but what I'm going to do that I'm going to create a method over here. Okay, so it will be a void method that will set the country data. Okay, because after clicking here we have to again go back on a login page and set the country name and the country code. That thing we are going to achieve using this set country data method. So first thing I'm going to create two things, the country name at the beginning it will be a India, and the second thing will be the country code. At the beginning it will be a +91, But here in the set country data, what I'm going to do that I'm going to set the country name in the country data, and I'm going to get the country name in the country data from the country page to the login page. How I will going to show you. But first let me provide the first parameter of this set country data as a country model. So I'm going to set the country name to country model dot name, and country code as the country model dot code, and I'm going to provide this set country data on this country page. And how we will provide it? We can provide it using the passing the parameter from the login page to the country page. So here I'm going to provide it it will be a function type because we are providing the function from the login page to the country page. Set country data, and I had to add it on a constructor, this dot set country data, and we have to use it in this card. So first I have to wrap this card to the inkwell, and in the on tab we are going to call this set widget because we are passing from the stateful class to the stateful state. So that's why we have to use the widget dot set country data, and in the country data we have to provide this country that we are getting, I mean each of the country model. Okay, and in a login page let me provide it while navigating from the login page to the country page. So like how we can provide a function from the one page to the another page, and we can set the data from the one page to the another page. Okay, so this is a new learning for the beginner. And here instead of using the India name, I'm going to use the country name. Okay, so just after hitting the country card, we have to navigate from this screen to the login screen. So I'm going to use navigator dot pop context. So it will pop I mean remove this country page from the stack, and again we will go back on a login page. So if I will select the Pakistan, then the Pakistan will come here. Okay, now it's working fine. Now we can work on the phone number tab. Okay, so let me go on a login page and let's create a new method called number, and here we are going to return a container again. I'm trying to complete this thing as soon as possible, and let me provide the width of this container as we have here the width of the container for the country card. So, and also let me provide the height of this container to around 38, and the child of the container. The child of the container will be a row widget again because we have two things, the country code and the phone number, and let's work on it. So the first children of this row will be again a container, because if you see in a country code we have two things, the plus number and the country code. So that thing we have to achieve using this first children. So what I'm going to do that I'm going to copy the box decoration value from here. Let me copy it, and let me provide the width of this container, so that underlined section will come here. So the width of the container will be 70, and let me hit the save, that how it will look like. we have to use this number on a body. Okay, so I have to add the size box again between this country card and the number card. So let me provide the size box as 15 and let's see that how it will look like. See, it will look like this. And let me provide the 5. And now let's work on the number card. So we are working on the container, that is the first children of the row. And just after this decoration, we are going to add the child of this container. The child of the container will again be a row. The first children will be again a plus button. Okay, and the second children will be the country code. Country code. Because country code already contain a plus button, that's why I'm going to use the substring that will start from the one that will remove the plus from the string. Okay, now let's work on the styling of these two things. Style, text style. I have to provide the font size. The font size will be 15, and same I have to provide the font size for this plus button. For the plus button, the font size will be 18, and between these we have to provide the some padding with help of the size box. Width around 20. Now it's looking great. So the first children of this container was the again a container. Now let's work on the second children of that row. So just after this container widget, I'm going to use another children that will be again a container, and the children of the container will be a text form field, and we have to provide the width, and we will get the width using the media query dot op context dot size dot width, and we have to minus the thing like the total width of this container is the 1.5, and we have to remove the 100 because the 70 will take this container and 30 will be the padding, and the rest of the width will take by this container. Okay, so let's work on the child of this container. The child of this container will be the text form field, and also I have to add the decoration of this container. So let me add the decoration. So the underline button will come here. Okay, now it's good. And I'm going to provide this size box between this container and that container. So the padding will be added with 30. Okay, that's great. And in a text form field, let's work on the text form field. The keyboard type will be the text input type number, because we only need a number, no another text. And we have to work on the decoration of this text form field. That will be a input decoration, and we will provide the border to input border none. So the border will go on from here, input border dot none, and I will going to hit the save. And after hitting the save, what I'm going to do that I'm going to provide the content padding to age insert dot all 8, so this line will be aligned with this line. So let me do that. And also I have to provide the hint text, so let me provide the hint text to phone number. That pretty much each, but still it is not aligned with this phone number. We will going to fix that thing in the next video, but let me first change the name. The name will look like this. The spelling was mistake. Okay, now the spelling is fixed. And also here I found that we have to add the navigator.pop as well, like from the leading. Here on tab, we have to add the navigator.pop. So this video is already long, and let's finish this thing on the next video. Till that, please subscribe the channel and happy coding. I'm putting lots of effort to making the video, so I need your support. So please give your support and subscribe the channel.